Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we're gonna talk about a new camera and the camera I have switched to from Lumix, and I'm gonna show you in a bit, but before I show you what camera I switched to, I'm gonna tell you the three biggest reasons why I switched to this camera instead of the Lumix. Starting off with the big and bulky Lumix S1H. It got really good specs and really good color space. The colors from the Lumix is just really good. You can just slap on the Rec 709 lot in DaVinci and get really good colors straight away. But big and bulky form factor was one of the reasons why I switched, and I just thought it was too big for me. I went from Blackmagic 6K Pro to the Lumix S1H, but it was still a little bit too big. That's the reason one. Reason two is the autofocus, because I think it's contrast based. I use autofocus sometimes and sometimes I don't, but when I shoot cars this summer I shot a lot of drifting and had a lot of problems using the gimbal and the autofocus on the Lumix. It was just too much for me to stay with Lumix, and once you do like interviews for YouTube or any interviews, you can see I will put up a clip, you can see the background. It's like it's hunting in the background for focus, and I think it's because of the contrast based autofocus. It was just annoying, and that's one thing that made me switch, because when I use autofocus I want to be able to rely on it at least 90%, but with the Lumix it was 50-50. Sometimes it will get the focus and sometimes it will just completely get out of focus, especially when you're shooting fast moving subjects like drifting. I had a lot of problem, and I went from using a gimbal to get some really nice shots, but in the end of the day I chose to shoot everything handheld because of the autofocus, so I can pull my focus manually. So that was probably the biggest reasons why I switched to another brand. Just gonna take a peek in the notes. I put some in the phone. And the third reason why I switched to another brand was the crop in 60 FPS. I don't know why they have it, but they do have it, and it's just annoying, especially when you shoot like I do. I shoot some real estate videos now and then and want to get more into that, and then I want to have 60 frames but not the crop, because then I would need to buy another lens when I'm gonna use the 60 frames per second, and the new camera I bought doesn't have any crop, so that was just one thing, a big no for me. So that was the third reason why I switched. If you're looking to buy that, it's still a good camera. I was happy with it, but it was some things that made me switch to another brand. I would still miss the colors because it's really nice, but I think this camera will do me good. So let's talk about the new camera. It's this little guy, the Sony A7 S3. And comparing this size to the Lumix S1H, you can't, because this is so small, and right now it feels really weird to hold this instead of the big and bulky. I know it will get a little bit bigger once I get a cage on it, but not as big as the Lumix. I could go for the Lumix S5, but I didn't want that crop, I didn't want that autofocus that Lumix use because of unreliable autofocus. I just want autofocus that works when I want to use it, and when I don't want to use it I just shoot manual focus. So this is the camera I chose, and hopefully it will work for me. I don't care about the brand. I want to find a camera that works for me and that suits my style of shooting. So I could go for the Canon, but I chose to try out Sony because many of my friends have Sony. So once I go out and shoot, then I can have the same color space, I can have the same footage, because they use the S3 as well. So it just works better for me than a Canon. So that's why I chose the S3. Now I need to upgrade everything again. I bought 2 lenses already. I will talk about the lens in another video if you want that. But other than that, I hope you find this video enjoyable and that you like my content. Please hit that thumbs up if you like this video. But that was it for me and this video. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.